Hi guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, the woman pictured on this up here in the side of the screen, her name is Sushi Staples, like the fish. She's 37 years old, and in my opinion, she's a poor excuse for a mother and a damn sure poor excuse of a parent. What this woman did to her 10-year-old son and what she did after when she was questioned by police is astonishing to me. On my channel, I talk a lot about family values, the concept of family, and how us in the Black community are losing such values due to a lot of things. Single parenthood, just major disconnects between men and women, and the roles we play in the Black community. This right here screams the after effects of someone that was raised in a situation where family wasn't important. As sad as this story is, and it's hard for me to cover stories like this, but somebody got to talk about them because it's a problem that affects the Black community daily. I'm going to play this video and we're going to come back, and I want you to watch the video all the way to the end and listen to what the mother says when questioned by police. It's a damn shame. Hit it.
A Rock Island woman faces several charges in connection with the death of a young boy. She was arrested on Friday. News 8's Joe McCoy spent the day at the courthouse looking at court records. He joins us in studio tonight. Joe, what can you tell us about the case?
John, 37-year-old Sushi Staples lived on the 1700 block of 20.5 Avenue in Rock Island. That's where police found the body of her son, Zion Staples.
10-year-old Zion Staples found dead in a garbage can in his mother's garage on Wednesday. A neighbor in disbelief.
I've lost sleep over it, and I've prayed a lot.
According to court documents, Zion had been dead at the Rock Island home since December.
It's unbelievable that that could be across the street, and that something like that could have happened to a little boy.
Deb lived across the street. She did not want to be on camera.
I have to believe that she has done some extra measures to cover up that smell. Otherwise, nobody could have stood that. Nobody.
Zion's mother, Sushi Staples, has been charged with obstructing justice, failure to report the death of a child under 13, and concealment of a death.
At one point, she chased her husband down the driveway and said she was going to pop him, and she was wielding a handgun.
Deb wondering, like many of us, how it's taken 7 months to find Zion and what tipped off police to come to the house.
I had a dead raccoon in my backyard, and we put it in a garbage can and put it, in a garbage bag, and then put it in a garbage can, and I couldn't even stand the smell waiting for garbage day. So I can't imagine that with the wind directions that nobody would smell that. And where was the school, and where was his family? Nobody seemed to come over there and question it.
Deb says 2 little girls also lived there.
This summer, I've seen the 2 little girls playing with their little white puppy, and one day I said, "Cute puppy," and they giggled and ran back over there.
This tragedy hitting literally too close to home.
I just can't fathom, after having 11 grandkids, that anybody could do something like that, or nobody. Being a grandparent, I would notice that one of my grandkids was missing.
And according to a criminal complaint, Staples lied to an officer about the whereabouts of her son, claiming she had no son at all and that his birth certificate was fraudulent.
All right, guys, that's the sad news that happened to 10-year-old Zion Staples at the hands of his mother. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a lot of dysfunction in parenting in the Black community. We're not going to deny that it is. It isn't. You took your 10-year-old child, killed him, threw him in the trash can, put him in the garage, an offset garage that's not attached, a detached garage, and just put him in there like nothing was going to happen, right? And excuse me for this. I'm sorry I didn't set my phone. But, honestly, guys, this is messed up. It is. Who does that? You killed this boy in December. You killed your child around Christmas time. To round out the new year, you decided to top everything off with a homicide of your own seed. I told you before, I tell you again, Juggernaut real. Juggernaut dangerous. Dangerous. Species name, Juggernaut, snake eyes. Why is this species so different but distinct in itself? Let's look from a child standpoint. If this is your mom, it's a crapshoot. You never know when you'll crap out. All it takes is the wrong eye roll or the wrong facial expression, and your life can be gone just like that. You hear that? You hear that term? Fuck around and find out. That's the poster child of that. From a standpoint of a father, guys, be more selective with who you put your seed in. You put your baby, put a baby in the Juggernaut female. It's a roll of the dice. You don't know what's going to happen. If the child will be productive, or you can be in his life. Did you hear what the lady said? She came outside, chased a man with a pistol. I'll pop your ass with a gun in broad daylight right outside. Chased him. What's wrong with us, man? Seriously, what's wrong with us? Now, a lot of people say, hey, mental illness and that. If that's the case, there are a lot of women that are wild like this. The black community they got mental illness. A whole lot of them. I don't see how you as a, one of the attributes of being a woman and a mother is to be nurturing and protective of something that comes out of you. Guys, she took this child like it was this paper and threw it to the side. Did you see at the end? The police questioned her. Zion Staples, your son. I ain't got no son. Well, the birth certificate says that you do. Oh, that's not real. That's not, like he never even existed. Like he never existed. 10 years of existing on this planet and potential to be something in life, she erased. That's a huge blow to the black community. It is. Anytime these children get wiped out way before their time, before their potential is even tapped, it puts a stamp, a negative stamp, and a bruise on all of us where our children are coming pat behind that. It does. You never know. I'm going to say millions. A good amount of children every day, black children, are destroyed in this country at the hands of their parents, gun violence, senseless street shit. You never know what they're going to be. That's a bunch of potential. Lost. Lost. You know where you see the most potential at? You'll never guess. The cemetery. That's where the most lost potential is. Because you never know how those children would have turned out, or a lot of these young teenagers and young adults. In my life, it took something, just watching a simple YouTube video, to change my life for the better and be an example for others. These children never get this chance. A lot of ugly is in people like this, and they project it outwards against those that don't deserve it. A lot of times you see crimes that are so horrific, it's how somebody feels inside, that they are so weak-minded that they physically act it out against those that are closest to them. And that's the sad part. If you have any type of frustrations or anything like that, seek help, man. Or if you feel as though you're frustrated as a parent, give them to their father. A lot of times they'd be better off. A lot of times in these situations, women that have these kids, and the kids would be a paycheck. And if that don't work out, they just terminate them. Instead of just saying, hey, you know what? You've been with me long enough. It's time for you, the man that made you, to go and pick up the slack. There's nothing wrong with that. Two people made that baby. One person don't always have to raise it. But I just want to bring awareness that the black family needs to be stronger, and we need to be more selective as men as who we lay down with and put our seed into, because she shouldn't be a mother at all if that's the way she handles things. Did you hear the lady talking? She spoke nothing but facts, common sense, from a standpoint of natural human characteristic ability to just exist. She said, how come the school hasn't contacted him? Because remember, it was Christmas break. He was in school. Where's the school at? The school didn't ask. What about the family on his side of the, I guess the father's side? Nobody's asking where he's at. That's true. The black family is fragmented. And it's like nowadays, we're running around here as a community, chasing our own tail in circles. Where there's certain agendas they're trying to push out here, negative stuff on social media being portrayed as something positive. There are a lot of distractions out here amongst us that replace good with bad and vice versa, and flip it all around the way you got a bunch of confusement in the community, even with this lady who's not immune to it at 37 fucking years old. And that's real. Zion Staples never asked to be here. His mother decided to bring him here. Most likely with the father's consent. When you have children, you usually have a plan. I guess hers was 10 years in termination. It's a goddamn shame. Old lady said, I had a raccoon die. She had to go through all type of measures to cover the smell. She said the raccoon died. I couldn't go outside. How she cover that up? And that's the thing. How she cover that up? He'd been dead for 7 months, and you just stored him in the garbage inside your garage like he was nothing. Like he was nothing. And I want you to think about that. A lot of you remember when you was 10 years old. Hell, I remember when I was 10 years old. A lot of my stories that I tell you on my story time come from when I was under 10 years old. And I still remember. They were golden memories that I always cherish, that make me who I am. All the way up until adulthood. Zion Staples won't experience that. And that's what's sad, and that's what hurts. We need to start calling stuff out. Like I said before, we need to rip the scab off and deal with the pain. So stuff like this will stop happening. I'm Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I don't mean for my voice to break, but you know these stories be hard on me. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.